Neil Atkinson and Rob Gutmann lunchtime roundup. So let's start with what matters to you.
What matters to me?
Transfers.
Transfers.
I want to do fixtures, but we'll come to fixtures in a second.
That's a relief.
Transfers. Paul Joyce saying that Klopp thinks that Mane will suit his style of play.
It's a good fit. I agree, Paul Joyce. I agree, Klopp.
Do you?
Yeah.
You agree with both of these gentlemen?
Yeah.
Our learned gentleman of the press, the hugely successful Liverpool manager. You agree with both of them?
Yeah. They have my assent. I noticed quietly, Mane. I realise why I now think Mane's good, because he scored 4 goals against us last season.
That'll be what it is.
That'll be what it is. That's old style Liverpool scouting, that is. The lad that, we used to do that in the 80s, it felt, as well.
Walsh?
Yeah, Walshy. What? Yeah. Man, MOM, every time we played them, and we got him, and he was a bit disappointing. But, so there's an omen for you, kids. Mane, yeah. Do you know what? I've looked at the clips. The one thing, the clips are hugely deceptive, obviously, and they can't give you a picture, blah, blah, blah. One thing you can tell from the clips is the lad is super quick. I think, we don't have a player anywhere remotely that fast. In fact, I can't remember when we last had a player that fast.
I think that's the main thing that he brings in terms of the improvements. I think it's the idea that first and foremost if there's just a simple deficiency in the most base level in this Liverpool side at the moment, it's that there's not enough genuine pace anywhere. The left back's genuinely quick, but he's got his other issues. Origi, you feel as though he's lightning, but he's got his injury inconsistencies. Sturridge has got a burst over 5 yards, but he's not genuinely leggy. Bringing someone in, and obviously you want them to be as good a footballer as possible, bringing someone in who's explosive over 20-30 yards with the ball at their feet, I think it's an easy improvement, and it's where I do feel a little bit sorry for Lallana, who I think is a lovely player, but I really do think that I think he'd still get tons of games, but I think if you look at what you feel was sort of the first choice 11 last season, if you're looking at if you're saying it's 4-2-3-1 and you want to improve somewhere in the 3 or in the 1, the improvable position the most is the otherwise pretty solid, pretty reliable Adam Lallana, because you can see how having a lad who's absolutely blistering with what else is going on around and would really help matters for Liverpool.
Yeah, Mane can play through the middle. He can play as a striker. He can play as a number 10, and he can play out wide. Right.
I think you want him out wide, don't you?
You do, but he's genuinely been a centre forward. Look, reading some of the Southampton fan scouting.
Someone should have said before we started. Go on.
The Southampton scouting reports from Southampton fans seem to suggest he is genuinely good through the middle. I'm kind of dreaming of a 4-3-3 with Origi, Sturridge, and Mane up front as this sort of exhibition of pace, power, and finishing ability.
Second half against Stoke, he did do 4-3-3 with Origi, Sturridge, and Firmino up top. I wouldn't say, and we scored 3 goals in that half. I wouldn't say that there's a ton of things being ruled out there.
Yeah, exactly. And then then you go for a more central midfield. Coutinho perhaps pulled back into a kind of number 8 role, which we'd like him to be in. Maybe there's a Zielinski or a Dahoud there alongside Chan. Who knows? Jordan Henderson, he's a good footballer. So options, and attacking potential. But yeah, it is exciting, and it feels like we're closing on people now, doesn't it? Because the Zielinski stuff seems to be, the noose is tightening around his neck daily.
Well, you're doing a gutter tomorrow, so you need to get all this down. You need to go and write your lists.
Yeah, I'm doing my gutter early, I'm spoiling it.
Yeah, you've got your lists, you've got your notes, you've got you've got all your bits and pieces. That'll be tomorrow on Tour Player. Today we've got something with Jeff Pearson, which was excellent, which we had a conversation about last night with Jeff. So we'll be putting that out today as a free show for everybody. Pass it on. It's about the issues that there's been around Marseille and all that sort of stuff. We've also got something coming up on the Euros as well. That's to come out as well later on today. There's another one that I've forgotten because there's just so many goddamn shows on Tour Player. It's hard to keep on top of a lot of them, but they will all be occurring today across the board, so all of that's coming as well. Martin Skirtle, his agent saying he's got 3 offers in 3 countries, 4 seasons in 1 day, all that sort of stuff. It feels as though he'll take one of them, but Liverpool are trying to say he's worth £6 million. I think that they're going to struggle to pull wool over those eyes, unless one of them is indeed China.
They'll take 5.9 though. I'm I wish him all the best, but I'm struggling to get interested in Martin at the moment. And I'm sure his agent's exaggerating things, and he won't be a Liverpool player at the start of the season. Let's make a prediction. I think he'll go for 3.9 million.
There we are.
You heard it here first.
Rob Gutmann there, sold on the figures. Last thing really is the fixtures. you play them all twice, so on and so forth. But it looks at the Liverpool are looking to start with 3 away games: away at Arsenal, flipping the Burnley game to be away at Burnley, and then away at Tottenham Hotspur. I think to take the pressure off the main stand rebuild. They're saying that the main stand will be ready regardless, but you can understand how. I mean, as someone who's refurbished gaffs on obviously a much smaller scale, the idea of just having a little bit more wiggle room at this stage would be no bad thing for them, just to polish things down enough and all that sort of stuff.
You do kind of wonder though. How long's the entire build program been? Like 2.5 years, something like that. Something quite lengthy. That an extra 10 days grace at the end is going to make
it's
any
more than
difference.
10 days, you know, because the international break comes next. So
they do 2. Oh,
yeah. So basically, I think Burnley's down to be around the 20th of August.
Yeah.
And then there wouldn't be a game until the 10th of September.
Yes.
So it's buying them 20 days, and I wonder if it's quite smart if you can have the attitude of, well, we've all been aiming for the 13th of August because the fixtures could have gone that way round. But suddenly you're able from nowhere to go, oh, we've got an extra month team at this late stage, which should give everyone a little bit of breathing room on a huge project, but simultaneously they should still be on schedule.
Yes, I do think someone's saying internally, if we need that extra month, God help us, so let's not, you know what I mean?
That's what you'd be doing.
Yeah, exactly, well, we're in a microcosm of that, but yes. I hope they do pull out. I'd like to be at Anfield within a week of the season starting.
Would you?
But
I think maybe it's because I was like 8 in 87, 88.
Yeah.
And there's something, or 7 in fact, and there's something quite romantic about the idea of not getting to see Anfield until the 10th of September.
Yeah, hell that we won all the games apart from one in that running. You know, I tell you what, the one quirky thing about that omen is that if we do beat Arsenal, who we also beat on the opening day in 87, and then we beat the not unbeatable Burnley away, I think we'd only take those 2 wins for people's heads to fall off.
Mine will be well and truly off. I don't know head. I can't believe I'm walking around with no head at this stage. I think just go and get a point at Spurs.
A point at Spurs and it's title talk.
Well, it's endless title talk anyway.
Yes.
I had a look at those fixtures today. All 38 of them looked eminently winnable. So I'm making an early gamble that we're going to win the title this season with 114 points. Can't wait to see 114 points. My dream, in a sense, would either be that there's 1 million goals in there or only 38 across those 114 points.
What would we call the 114-point team? You know, Arsenal with the Invincibles, where they didn't lose a game. What the 114-point team we called?
I don't know. I, to be honest with you, if I'm absolutely honest in my heart of hearts, I don't think it's a problem we're going to need to solve anytime soon.
No, not soon.
No, not soon. Maybe next season. Let's put that off.
Well, it's still there to be solved until August the 13th. Though.
Let's get a team of lads working around the clock on this. Feel free to make your suggestions below. Don't tell us we're being silly. Of course, we know we're being silly. Thank you very much for watching this on the Anfield Wrap. Everything that you should need on your lunchtime roundups, all the other stuff as well. Terrific writing on the website. You know how this works. Just click everything. Have a lovely afternoon.